Financial services conglomerate Sanlam will be intensifying its exposure to West Africa, that in the next 5 years. Now, that's according to Sanlam CEO Johan van Zyl, who spoke to CNBC Africa, that on the sidelines of an investment conference in Cape Town. He started off by explaining his take on the biggest influencer in the investment space at the moment.
I think the conference is important in that it brings together the leading minds in the industry to think together and to debate some of the issues that will shape the future of investments, not only in South Africa but into Africa. And for us it was a great opportunity to align ourselves with leading thinkers that's made contributions in Europe, the US, Canada, where this conference has been going on for a while. Now that it's a well-known conference over there, and we saw the opportunity of bringing it here and aligning with it, and so we've been a proud sponsor of it for the past 4 years.
Lovely. Tell me, from your perspective, I know there's going to be a lot of investment issues and themes that are going to be debated over the next 2 days. From your perspective, as you know, heading up SIM, which is an important and big part of the retail investment groups in South Africa, what do you think is the most pertinent investment concern which is affecting Africa and the world?
Yeah, I think the world economy and the state thereof is very important, so there will be a lot of debate about that. But I think some of the secondary issues are the real opportunities that this brings. I mean, if it's going tough in most of the world, people are looking for new destinations to invest in. And so Africa is a big area of focus. You'll see we have several presentations on Africa, the opportunities in private equity, the opportunities in equities themselves, listed equity, property, and Africa really opening up as an investment destination. And so it's not only about the problems, but also about potential solutions and new areas of getting that yield that everybody strives for.
Let's go into Sanlam for just a second. You've spoken about the opportunities of moving into Africa from an investment point of view. Now let's talk about Sanlam's expansion into Africa. Can you take me through where you see the group going in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes, I think Africa has become a very important destination for us. While many people are speaking about going into Africa, we're already in 10 countries. We have substantial businesses in some of the smaller places like Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, and so forth. Increasingly, we see tremendous growth in Africa, particularly in Western Africa, Eastern Africa, and then to a lesser extent Southern Africa, because we're already big in Southern Africa. And our strategy is fairly simple. We have a country strategy. Instead of a focus simply on insurance, we look at life insurance, general insurance, investments, property, even banking and credit as a holistic composite business. And I think we've been doing fairly well. We've been experiencing growth rates in the order of 30% and higher. And it's certainly, you know, when we entered Africa originally, we were skeptical. And I mean, 5 years later now, we converts, we like the African story, and certainly from our own results that we will announce in the upcoming week, you will see that Africa is becoming an increasingly important part of the group.
30% growth rates, that's very impressive. Do you think that is sustainable?
Yes, I think if you look at it, certainly relative to South Africa, insurance penetration very high as a percentage of GDP, and in Africa it is just in many cases non-existent. So even if you get 1 or 2% penetration, the growth rates will be quite big. You know, if you think about the vast potential of countries like Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Tanzania, if we can get one of those to grow even remotely like what we've seen in Botswana or Zambia or so, we'll be doing extremely well.
My final question is on the investment arm of Sanlam Investments. Can you take me through just what your goals and your expansion strategy is for that division over the next 5 years?
Yes, increasingly, you know, we're a big business. We run over 600 billion rands of investments for our clients, and not only our own money, but mainly our clients' money. And increasingly, it is about finding other opportunities. And you know, with the opening up of markets into Africa and particularly into Europe, and with the rand under pressure, it is getting the South African business to work well, to get proper yields, and not to take too big risks with clients' money, but to do well, and then to enhance with opportunities into Africa. We have a number of African funds that we've set up. We've recently launched a property fund, a listed property fund. We also have a listed equity fund. We'll be expanding on that proposition. And then we have a number of options available, you know, to invest wherever people would like to do that. And so there's a big focus to seamlessly move clients between South Africa and the international space at a relatively low cost. So there's a big focus on that, and we think certainly the opportunities are there for both clients and ourselves to create substantial value.